Chapter 3, Three's Company, July 5th. Amelia finally texts back the next morning at 9:34 a.m. She says, "My house is fine." I'm sitting in the backyard with my drawing pad in my lap, while my mom works in the garden, padding its perimeter with bark chips and seaweed. Seaweed is the secret behind her green thumb. She calls it Mother Nature's slug repellent. Her flowers burst with color and fragrance. There are lush pink peonies, their petals delicately ruffled like the folds of a tulle tutu. Sunset-colored dahlias blooming atop slender green stems, and countless other blossoms that spikes of herbs I can't name. Do you say herbs or herbs? There's an H in front of it. The morning sunshine is warm against my hair. I'm sketching an outline of this one flower in the garden. Its blooms are my favorite shade of purple, bright and soft, like lilac, but not. Its petals are spread out in the shape of a star. Little yellow sprigs pop up from its pollen-filled middle. A new message from Serenity. "Wow, took you long enough. What time can we head over?" Seriously, I was starting to wonder if we'd even see each other today. I have some drawings ready to share with them. I worked on them last night after we came home. The dog from the reservation now appears across several pages in my drawing pad in various positions, seated, sleeping, running, and carefree with a stick in his mouth. I've also drawn him in a few settings, sitting in the middle of the fireworks stands, in the forest, on the beach. I feel like I should name him, but I don't know what name to choose. My phone buzzes again. "Come over at 11. "Excellent," I type back. This is good news. We really need to get to work since we're going to enter the festival this summer. "Is that Amelia and Serenity?" Mom asks. "Yep." I set my phone aside, pick up a drawing pencil. "We're hanging out soon." "Are they coming over?" "We're meeting at Amelia's house." "Fun, fun." Mom stands up, brushes her gloved hands together, raining flecks of dirt all over the grass. "Can I see what you're working on?" "Sure." I erase the tip of a petal and redo it with a softer sweep. Some of the lines I've drawn are too sharp, too angular. The flowers I'm trying to capture are more delicate than this. I can imagine what Mrs. Barnes, my art teacher, would say if she were here. "Follow the lines, Edie. Don't put too much pressure on your pencil. Just follow the lines, light and natural." Mom, on the other hand, is never critical of my work. She peers down at the open page and declares, "Perfection!" It's not perfection. It's not perfect, but I smile and thank her anyways. It's too noisy to talk inside Amelia's house. Her little brother Adam is smashing Legos and watching cartoons at top volume in the living room, and Amelia's mom is vacuuming upstairs, the clunky machine roaring across the carpets. So we're in the backyard, lying on the black woven surface of her trampoline. Serenity is examining my drawing pad. Her brows are furrowed in concentration. Amelia is flat on her back, her eyes unfocused, long blonde hair fanned out around her head. "These are great, Edie." Serenity touches the mangy graphite sketched fur. "I love it." "Thanks," I say. "We need a name for him." "He looks like a Bruno to me." "Bruno?" That totally fits him. She gestures to Amelia. "Want to see?" Amelia sighs and lifts herself up onto her elbows. "Okay." She takes it, gives it a quick glance. "I like the drawings," she says. "But this story is played out, don't you think? The lost dog looking for a home. A million of these movies already exist." "We can still make it our own," Serenity says. "And besides, it's not like we're going to Hollywood. This is for a youth filmmaking festival. It's small, and local people would love this story." "Exactly," I chime in. "It's about a dog. Everybody loves dogs." "Yes," Serenity says, "except for people who are allergic to them, obviously." Amelia shrugs, unimpressed. "I just think we can aim higher, that's all." Serenity and I exchange uneasy glances. Amelia is acting weird today. We don't know what's up with her. "Okay," I say, treading carefully. "Well, we can keep brainstorming." I reach for my drawing pad, and she gives it back. I flip through The numerous pages I've already filled with this dog, I thought for sure they'd both fall in love with him. We could go back to the Rapunzel-inspired story, Serenity suggests. The princess trapped in a tower. But that's cliché and overdone too. I bite my lip. I'd rather keep an animal as our main character, I say. I'm not the best at drawing people, remember? I'm way more comfortable drawing creatures, plants, landscapes, the stuff you find in nature. I'm not nearly as good with human portraits. My faces tend to come out lopsided. The bodies I draw always look stiff and awkward. My hands are the hardest, and hands are the hardest part of all. I can't help but draw them with crooked fingers, weirdly shaped palms, and or unnatural bends at the wrists. Mrs. Barnes tried to help me with this in our after-school art club, but even with her guidance, I lost patience for it. I know what I'm good at, and I know what I suck at. I suck at illustrating people. Why don't we shoot our own footage and act it out like everyone else? Amelia asks. Because my dad already downloaded the animation software, I tell her. We couldn't change our minds after he did that for us. This whole plan has been in motion for a while now. Amelia is the director and lead vocal talent. Serenity is the screenwriter and side vocals, and I'm the animator. But the animation is making this 10 times harder than it needs to be. We're challenging ourselves, I say optimistically, and it will make our film the most unique. Amelia scrunches her nose. Fine. We'll figure it out later, I guess. She flops back on the trampoline, and we all bounce slightly with her shifting weight. You know what sounds incredible right now? What? A popsicle. Ooh, Serenity says, that sounds amazing. Too bad Adam ate our last one yesterday. An idea pops in my head. Hey, you know what we could do? We could go to my house and make our own popsicles. My two friends gawk at me, best friends. You know how to make your own popsicles? Amelia asks. Her voice is a little scornful, like she's mad at me for withholding this information. My mom bought a popsicle mold last year at the end of the summer, I explain. We only used it once, but it was awesome. We used real fruit and berries. For the first time today, Amelia beams at me. She nods and says she loves the idea. She insists that we leave immediately. Finally, all three of us agree on something. I feel triumphant as we leave the trampoline, but also a little concerned. Something is up that she's not telling me.